All right. Hello, everyone, and happy Wednesday. I am coming to you because I said that I would bring you some information at least once a week and do some live things at least once a week so that you can be informed and get what you need. I didn't kind of broadcast and say I was going live today, but it's Wednesday and we are just going to talk about some of the things. And so, what was on my mind and just been working through me this week and things like that has been the topic of honor. And when I think of honor, it's just like, do we honor ourselves? Are we honoring ourselves and the things that we said that we are going to do and have committed ourselves to? Are we honoring that? And that actually, when I think of honor, I think of people and the things that we honor. And on that little page and Facebook cover that I had, it shows all of my ancestors and it has my white coat there with my stethoscope. And I took that picture right as I was ending residency because that was the end of that journey. I'd always wanted to be a doctor. And so this was that moment I get a chance to celebrate because I'm finally able to enter into this moment. But I wanted to set aside a place to be able to honor my ancestors because of all that they have done, and I know that all the sacrifices they did in order for me to get to that point. And I decided to sit here today intentionally so that you guys could see them again. And I'm in my office and I put them up. They're one of the first things that I put up in my office because I never want to forget that. I never want to forget them, and I never want to forget all that they have done and sacrificed in order for me to get here. So, when we honor, we usually honor people very easily. But the thing is, do we honor ourselves? And that came to me when I was doing, I was at my doctor's appointment of all places, and I walk in and she says, "Hey, did you do the things?" And I knew that she already knew the answer to that before she asked me, but she was just being nice. And I told her no. And I felt like that student who didn't do the homework or whatever. So I felt kind of bad about it. And in that moment, I said, "Why didn't you do the things? It wasn't that hard. She didn't ask you to do a lot. And really, it's for you. She's not having you to do these things. It's going to help her. Technically, it's going to help yourself." And so I said, "Why aren't you doing the things?" And in that moment, the word that came to me was honor. It says, are you honoring yourself? Are you honoring her time? Because she's come up with a treatment plan for you and said these are the things she wants you to follow. Very simple. Did you do it? And then I had to think about myself. Why didn't I do that? Why didn't I make that commitment? And it all came back to me as honor. And then I had to start looking into it. Okay, honor. All right, I guess. So then I get into the dictionary and it says to have high respect. And that hit me, right? Because I feel like I have high respect for myself. So if I have high respect for myself, then that means that I should be doing the things for myself to make sure that I am well taken care of. And when you think about honor, then along with that comes commitment. Sometimes you also have to think about sacrifice. It's also intentional because you got to set aside time for that to do the things to make sure those things get done. And then ultimately, you have to have courage to be able to do those things. So I'm honoring it and I say that I'm there, but I have to have the courage to step into it to say, I am going to do what you asked me to do, or I am going to do whatever it is that I need to get done. Because when we don't honor ourselves and we don't honor the things, then we get out of alignment. Then we get overwhelmed. Then none of the things get done. And then that even piles up and it continues to be this continuous cycle. So it's like, how do we break this cycle? How do we stop it? And one of the things that we do is we treat ourselves, right? We treat ourselves by, I'm gonna have me a spa day. I'm gonna go and do like some retail therapy. And there's nothing wrong with that because in those moments you are honoring yourself. But how about we honor ourselves every day? How about we just go through and we say, okay, I have a to do list. These are the things that I'm going to do. I'm going to honor these things. I'm going to honor myself. And by doing that, that means that you may have to set some boundaries. You may have to say no to someone or whatever. Because what I do know is that at the end of the day, when these things, your to do list and all of that doesn't get done, then it affects your other life. It affects your relationships. It affects your work life. It even can affect your health because all of these things go together. So I know you're like, well, I thought she was going to come to me today with like a health tip or something like that. But ultimately, in order for you to just be your best self and to take care of yourself and to be able to do the things that you need to do, it is honoring yourself, starting there first, starting in that place of, okay, why didn't I keep that commitment? Why didn't I go through with that? Why did I not do whatever? Especially when you know it's going to make you better. And you know that this person means well, and you know that this is the right thing to do. Why are you not doing it? And so just think about it. Maybe I'm not honoring myself in this moment. And why are you not honoring yourself? So, how can you do it? So that's when I say just sit down and reflect. Okay, I didn't honor myself in this moment. How can I do that? And you're going to get more intentional and think about how you can take care of yourself, how you can make some moments and set aside some time and say, at this moment, I'm going to do this. And then you make that commitment and you get some courage and you say, I'm going to step out and I'm going to do it. And then you get it done. And that is one of the ways I feel like you are going to be able to live your best life. I don't see any comments right now, but if you have some, feel free to put them in the chat and tell me how you are honoring yourself or what you're going to put in place so that you can honor yourself, because we do so much for other people, and honoring the other people and respecting them is long overdue that we respect and honor ourselves. But if you don't want to leave anything in the chat right now, you can definitely leave something later elsewhere. But I just want you guys to know that the first step in taking care of anybody else and doing the things for all the other people starts with you. And if you have an empty cup, you can't pour from it. So, in order to honor yourself, do what you need to do, take care of yourself, and be well. Take care.